Hello guys, it's me, Vera, and today we are going to continue the tutorial to create the planet Earth with you, Jean.
Jean-Philippe, yes, so like this is what we did Thursday, so we did it 3 days ago. So this is our Earth, and you can see that it doesn't look like what I showed you in the first part of in the beginning of the video, because it's much more gray and and like it's thick here, like it's thick on the edges. So we can just like solve it before we start to do our city light. So we're gonna go back to our saved file. If I press rendered, you can see that it is too much gray and it's too much thick. So what can we do, Vera, so that we solve this problem for...
So we need a more bluish atmosphere.
Yes.
So we need to change our color channels.
Yeah, so just
there.
press on the color tab here.
Put on H 0.5, 4 and 9.
549, okay, and S?
Yeah. On S 0.777. On the 0.900.
Okay, so now let's try to see how it looks like. You can still tweak it if you think it's not enough blue. There's no problem, and you can do it until... Okay, so for us it looks good. Okay.
Yes, but we must reduce the size of the atmosphere.
Yes, we must
because it's way too big.
Yes, we must. You can see that it's too much thick, so we must reduce it. And the way to do it is very simple. We can see the size of our two spheres below. So our ground, our Earth, is 40 meter. Our clouds is 40.4, and our atmosphere here is 41.2, so that you can see that it is too much big, it is too much far. So what I propose is that we try to slightly make it bigger than our cloud or cloud layer. So we could try 40.6 instead. This is 40.6, so let's try to see in rendered. You can see it is much more better, right? I'm gonna click on... You can see that it's much less thick and it's much more natural than what we have here. Okay, so this step is solved, and now I'm just gonna solve also the shadow, because I want my line of like stuff here to be more near India. So like I would just have to change a little bit the rotation of my... Yes, exactly, the rotation of my light source, which is the sun here. So I'm gonna go to rendered mode and select my light and press R and Z. So I must press on my camera here because we need to use my camera. I'm gonna press light again and press R and Z until it reach what I want. So hope that you can see it enough. So this is what I want, but I also want my camera to be close, and this is perfect. I think this is perfect. So I have my shadows which are aligned with what kind of effect I want to have. So what is the next step to do now?
Well, now we must add the night lights
Yes, which are
our planet, and it's a map in black and white.
yes, it's okay. So like we just want like this side to be like visible, and this side like will be on the day side of the Earth. So we don't need this side. So we need a kind of mask that will only show us the dark side of the planet, the light of the dark side of the planet. So to do that, we need to do a few steps. It's a little bit complicated, but not more, because we already have a lot of nodes. So we can hide the cloud since we don't need it for now, and you can
In the
also
atmosphere.
yes, we can also add the atmosphere and click on Earth here, and you can see that the nodes we did last Thursday are a little bit already complicated. So we will have to add a few nodes here. So what will be the first step to add Vera?
Well, as first thing, we need to add another mix shader.
Okay, so this is always the first thing you must do when you need to add a new layer of texture. So plug it to your material output.
And then we can add the texture.
Yeah, so it's a texture I just show you. It's a image texture again. Press open, desktop, and night light modified. And of course the projection must be a sphere, because it's on a sphere, it's on a UV sphere and not a flat earth, as Vera said last time. Okay, so just plug it to your vector here, but we won't use it immediately because we must apply our mask first to see which part of the planet we must display. Okay, so what can we do to achieve this result?
We need a mask called normal.
Yes,
That it's not the normal map.
so it's not the normal map, this is just a normal, just to hide some texture so we can use it as a mask. And of course, since it will be applied on our texture, we need a texture coordinate, but we won't plug it to, oops, we will not plug it to our first texture coordinate because this is just a normal. So plug the generated to normal here, and also now we need some kind of way to display our mask. So what you can use is an emissive
Shader.
yes, emission shader, and you can use a very strong red so that we can see which part will be displayed. So we can plug our red to the second shader here, and we can plug our normal to our factor. So now we will go to render red and see how it looks like. You can see that it is too much red, right? So what we can do is that we must place the
rotate
yes,
by grabbing the
yes,
sphere in the preview.
so like this is the preview mode. So just please press on it and try to have the same shadow as you see on our rendered map. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back slowly to let my stuff breathe a little bit, because if I do it too much, it can jam or recording. So I need to wait that this message stop, and I'm gonna do it again. So now you can see that the red we applied is just really here. It is slightly here. So I'm gonna move it again a little bit. Okay, this should be fine. I'm gonna wait again. So now we can see that actually the red is not even there, so it should be, I think it should be the other side actually. So we must rotate the okay. Now wait a little bit. Okay. So you can see that the red is more here. So now we will try to apply our texture to see how it will look like if the light will appear when we want. So just take your texture, your night light modified, and plug it to color here. And now we should only see the light where the mask is applied, where the shadow is. So please go back to rendered, and you can see that it works actually. Can you see it, Vera, on your Skype?
Yes.
So if I zoom out, I can see that the light of China is here. Russia is here a little bit. It's not perfect, of course, but the light are not here because we're not supposed to see light in Europe or somewhere. We're only supposed to see the light in the dark side of the shadow. So if I press 0 to see my camera, you can see that it is perfect. That's what I want. But the only I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna render it again because I don't know if okay, so you can see it is perfect, but it's still dark, right? So like, what can we do so that the light are stronger, Vera?
Well, to increase the emissive shader,
Yes.
we can apply a multiply.
Okay. And the multiplier is which node exactly?
It's a matte.
Yes, so you can go to converter here and search for math, for mathematic, and here you have a few parameter you can add multiply. Okay, so you can go here and let's try a value of 10 to see if it's what we want. And let's go back to rendered, and now you can see that it is much stronger. So this is actually what we wanted. I'm gonna go to 0 here to zoom out, and I'm gonna go back to solid. Wait.
Let's hope it won't crash.
No, it won't. No, now I think it was just because of the dev menu. The look dev is what makes everything crash. So now if you go back here to rendered, you can see that the lights are strong. Like, I hope that it will like record it as we see it, but you can see that it is exactly what we wanted. So now we can go back to solid, and now it's time that we put a background, because now we are in the space, but it could be cool if we kind of use a very nice background for our space. Okay, so I think that I changed my folder with my HDRI, so I will have to change it. So I think it's here somewhere. Blender work. Okay, it's here. So like, I have a few HDRI here, and I think that what was the background I used? This is another version. Okay, space is here. Okay, space. Okay, yes, so it's here. Space crab nebula. Okay, so we can use this one, HDRI, and we can use this very nice background. So I'm gonna go back to my Blender, and since I don't want some kind of problem with the rendering, I'm just gonna hide my heart here, and I'm gonna go in world, object here, and go in world. And here I have my background. I can delete it, so replace the background, select X, and add an environment texture. Okay. And
It's the environment
yes.
texture.
And I think that I can directly grab it. I never tried, but let's see. Okay.
It should work.
Because this is not what I want, because I want the environment texture. So I'm gonna select it manually. So I'm gonna plug it here. Go to desktop, to videos, Blender, workspace, grab, and you can see that it is basically the one which is very heavy. So open. And now press rendered. So it's a very heavy file, of course, because it's 4K. You can go on the website HDRI Heaven if you want very high definition HDRI. So now let's try to see the final result. So I'm gonna put my earth back, atmosphere back on cloud and press 0, and it will update. It will take a few times. Okay, so you can see that it is here. It's perfect now. We have the ground material, we have the clouds, and we have the atmosphere, and you have the night, and we have the night light too. So this was a very simple tutorial, and like in the next video we will try to do a room with Blender Eve. So please stay tuned with us, and remember to subscribe. Thank you very much.
See you. Bye bye.